ever were asking it. Are we doing predictions?
Right, it's live now. Or should be. Yeah, we're live. Mute my end straight away.
Well, hello, people. I've just got notification.
Yeah, you got notification. We're live. Yay.
Hi, Nick.
Hi, Dave. How's it going, mate?
Hi. We haven't spoke for a while. How you doing, dude?
I'm all right, mate. I'm all right. It's more of that fake
boxing. Fake boxing.
It's not fake. It's just not professional.
Scripted.
I fucking wish so. I don't know about the Jake Paul fights, but the Deji fight was definitely not scripted. The KSI fight wasn't scripted.
Jesse Jack, I'm a shout out to you, dude. Obviously, we're here to talk about AEW Full Gear and the match card predictions. Obviously, we're going to run through all of the matches that have been announced up to press. Do feel there's going to be more because obviously nothing's been announced for the kickoff show or the buy-in. It's usually about 3 matches on there to be.
Hi, Irish Rebel. Yeah, but there's usually 3 matches.
I assume that would involve Hook. At some point, they'll probably put another tag team in there. They'll certainly work in a couple of more matches on that, but I'm not too worried about that on the prediction games, on the Fantasy League game.
Hi, Jellyhead.
Jellyhead. And Irish Rebel, how you doing, dude? Hope you're well. Obviously, lots of stuff going off in Irish's Rebel world at the moment. Shout out to you. Keep your chin up, my friend.
Chin up, tits out, shake them all about.
Send me a dick pic and I can have a laugh. Because I'll send you one of mine and it's no tiddler.
It's not as big.
Yeah, obviously, there's big. I think the main card has literally been announced. I think that we've got the crux of that. I think obviously the buy-in is yet will probably get revealed on Rampage at some point. Obviously, massive news for people in the UK is that AEW are coming to the UK next year. To London. London calling. That got announced kind of off-key last night. I saw a photograph, this poster for it this morning on Twitter, and that's all I know about it. Dylan, hello. So, yeah,
So, hi, Dylan. So, right, we'll just get straight into it.
Yeah, I'm not really in the mood to hang around way too much tonight. I've got work in the morning. So.
Yeah, I've got nothing to do in the morning, but I'm the same. I can't be asked to. Can't be asked. I don't really want to be here for too long.
Yeah,
I'm sick of seeing this channel now. No, I'm not doing it. There is no Impact or thingy tonight.
Right.
Because I want to save my energy for Saturday.
Yeah, AEW. Can understand that. You're still doing SmackDown?
Yeah, we're still doing SmackDown.
Yeah, it's hard to miss SmackDown with all the Bray stuff.
Yeah. And all the beautiful women. I mean, beautiful men. I mean, both.
Both. Just beautiful people.
Just beautiful people.
Right, we'll start off then. We'll start off with, I've got down Wardlow, Samoa Joe, and Hobbs. Powerhouse Hobbs. James Chadwick, shout out to you.
You shout out to James Chadwick.
Chadwick, the Gilly Girth.
And we are back. Hi, Heather.
Heather, right, hello. Yeah, so we've got Wardlow, Samoa Joe, Hobbs. I think Wardlow.
Are all belts up?
Wardlow
Are all belts up? Like,
I think it's just the TNT. I think it's just that one. What's up? I don't believe that Joe's is up at all, to be honest. Obviously, there's a continuous feud between Wardlow and Hobbs right now, and then you've got Samoa Joe obviously slammed in the middle of that. Connor, hello, says hello, nerds.
To be different, I'll go Hobbs.
You're going to go Hobbs.
If Hobbs wins, then it can continue the feud with Wardlow.
Can see that.
But we'll both be wrong. And it'll be Samoa Joe.
Samoa Joe's the outsider there. I think he's just there to beef up this match.
I mean,
even more beefier. How can you beef up this match even more? Shove Samoa Joe in it. I just think Wardlow needs to look more legit. This is the perfect opportunity for him to look way more legit.
Yeah, he's gone downhill, hasn't
he? Yeah, I don't think he's got much momentum behind him now as he did, I don't know, when he won the title. So this would put more eyes back on him, this kind of match, because obviously you've got a powerhouse that is Samoa Joe. Hobbs kind of needs that bit of a push himself. So if these two can look great against Samoa Joe, people are going to go, hang on, might be onto something with these two. You know what I mean? So I don't think you're wrong by going for Hobbs. I'm sticking with Wardlow retaining, and I think Hobbs.
I'm also going to say this. I think Wardlow's going to be the one to take the belt off MJF when he wins it. But we'll get to that because I have an idea for that,
Yeah, well, if it's long-term storytelling, what AEW keep telling us they're doing, then that would make sense.
We've already argued this, Dave. We know they do long-term storytelling. It's just too fucking damn long.
We'll get to that story in 5 years' time.
Yeah.
When we've all forgotten.
But be nice, Dave. 2 years. Come on. Right, that's the next match.
So we've got Death Triangle versus Elite. This match got announced last night. I only saw it this morning. I'm going to be quite blunt. Because they're fucking management and they've just come back and I think they got taken the titles off them first time round. They're going to win. Elite are winning. I don't
because we're going opposites, I'll go Death Triangle. Just because we're going opposites, that actually makes sure someone wins for a change.
Our forfeit, it's not dresses this time. It's to wear a stupid Christmas-based
outfit,
headdress, outfit, facial, whatever.
Yeah.
Just to find the most ridiculous Christmas thing we can find and then wear that on a stream. That's what we're doing.
Elite will win, but I prefer Death Triangle. Let's have it. James saying Death Triangle. Dylan said the Elite. Dylan said Wardlow for the Wardlow match. Heather said Wardlow, I think. Yeah, Wardlow for the win. Wardlow retains. James didn't say anything. Hit that like button and subscribe.
I think I'm like with that with Heather. It's like I'd rather Death Triangle win. Obviously, because I can't stand the Elite. But it's AEW. And they've got to fuck me off in one fashion during that pay-per-view. They've got to give me one thing that will make me pissed off.
Dave.
That's the one thing.
Them just being around fucks you off.
Do you know what I mean? They're just going to do it to even rattle me up even more. So that's why I've gone for them. I just think. And then I'm going to be pissed off if they don't win because it cost me a point. So I'm going to be even more pissed off.
Jesse's also saying Death Triangle. I love Kenny and the Bucks. But the Bucks, I have been over for a long time. I like the Bucks. I've only recently found out. Well, I knew about them, but never watched the matches. So it's good. Death Triangle don't have much good competition. I'm getting out of breath speaking there. Good competition for the trio titles. They have the Dark Order, who I don't think they faced, but they might have. Right, but you move on to the next one. Yeah, just by talking.
Camera crashed.
I mean, at least I'm in a good position.
Yeah, you look like you're having a heartwarming moment. You can just put Evil Uno up. I'm sure people won't be bothered.
We'll keep that heartwarming moment up.
All right, dude. Right, so I've got the next match. It's a cage match between Ludacris and Jungle Boy.
I'm going first here, Jungle Boy. He's got to win.
Right, I've got to go with Ludacris.
Yeah.
Even though I went with Jungle Boy. All right. Fine.
Yeah. I mean,
you can do that. I will play along.
I had to jump in there that time. I just had to. Like, no, Dave, you're not giving me Ludacris because Ludacris is your favourite fucking wrestler.
I do. All hand on that. If Jungle Boy doesn't win, then what the fuck is the point of this entire storyline?
Maybe a push Luchasaurus, maybe? If he doesn't win. But Dylan and Heather both gone Jungle Boy.
I think Jungle Boy needs to win.
Yeah, he needs to win.
But I'll go for Ludacris because that is Ludacris. Then I've gone for Ludacris.
Ludacris, good old Ludacris.
It's so Ludacris. Ludacris is winning.
Right, what's the next one? Hi, Wes.
Oh, is Wes in?
Yeah.
Woo-woo.
Get your predictions in.
Yeah, just get your comments in. Obviously, if you're playing the Fantasy Wrestling League comment section, put your predictions in for the forthcoming week pay-per-view this weekend. Call points. We'll go to you guys for that. Next match, match number 4, tag team match. Jeff Jarrett, Lethal versus Darby Allin and Sting. I'm having this. It's Sting and Allin.
I was thinking that, but I'll go Jarrett and Jay because it's Jarrett's first match. So we'll go Jarrett. Hopefully this is his only match on TV. I don't mind him pop-up commenting up yet. Afterwards, Heather, afterwards. Hi, Just Nick, Dave, IRL, Sting and Darby. Get them in. If we remember them, like, just put them in the chat, in the comments as well, just because me and Dave are fucking shit at remembering. But we'll try.
The people will know how we do the football predictions. Obviously, I haven't put the matches in the comments in the description of this video because I didn't set it up.
No, I wonder who set it up.
I would have done. I might go back at some point, either tomorrow if I get 5 minutes after work, and I'll put all the matches in so that you can see them.
Or I mean, I can just do that now.
Or you guys can all just go on Google and actually fucking work it out your fucking self.
Yeah, don't leave it all to us.
Yeah, why should we work? As if you can't get Wikipedia up on your phones. Proper Eel Dave is in the house. Yeah, I think Sting and Allin, to be honest. Just because I don't know why Jeff needs a win. I don't see him as a wrestler. I don't think it would benefit him any way, shape, or form in winning that match. Lethal doesn't need it. I just don't get it. I don't think it's your jobs to do it, not ours. I don't get paid for it, James. So
yeah, we don't get paid for our job.
Yeah, well, I don't get paid for this. Fuck that.
You're lucky we strained figures.
Yeah, it's not a job, mate. This is for fun. Yeah, I just think Sting and Allin. I can't see why you'd.
Right, I think that's all the matches. Now in a description for you.
You froze. I'd leave yourself frozen now.
Am I actually froze?
Yeah, you froze.
Lethal needs a win, but it won't happen. That's fine. That's fair.
Yeah, I just don't get the partnership. I don't understand why you'd have Jeff Jarrett and Lethal together if you're going to give Lethal the win. Anybody else but Jeff Jarrett, if you get what I'm saying.
Yeah,
I can see why they've done it because Sting, Jeff Jarrett, TNA, got history, plenty of history there between them two. Even the fall of WCW, so I can get why they kind of get to that. The only reason why Lethal and Allin are in, because obviously Jeff Jarrett and Sting in a match together just wouldn't be great now. They're not in the prime, either of them. It'd be clunky as shit. Try to watch them two work. I don't know. Probably even work a 5-minute match might be a stretch.
I don't know. Giving Jeff Jarrett his credit here, him, Jay, and Andrade carried that Ric Flair match. He wasn't outstanding in his prime, but he did hold his own for a 50-odd-year-old. He did more than fucking Ric Flair.
Well, yeah, of course, Ric Flair did fuck all. Basically, he just did his old tropes and that was about it. And then he looked terrible, which we all knew he would.
It would be their jobs if they had 250 subscribers, subs, and we're monetized. But we're not.
We're not. We're like a million miles away from that bloody situation. We'll get there one day. Both channels, all our channels. We'll get there one day.
All 75 millions of our channels.
Right, 5th match. It's Britt Baker versus Saraya. I want to throw something out before. We all know obvious is going to win because what's the fucking point? But I want to throw this out because James Chadwick, I know, will agree with me because he's already spoke about it. Britt Baker should win. But they're going to give it to Saraya.
Right, well, I kind of disagree with you. Because I think it was you that said this. It might have been James, but I think this was you. So, oh no, I don't. Right, so I'll go Britt. Actually, who are you going with?
I've gone with Saraya, so you can go Britt.
Right, I'll go Britt, but I definitely don't think she's winning. So everyone's saying Saraya in chat. Right. Next match we'll do the women's interim championship because I want to jump straight into that while the thought's in my head. So I think
all right, okay.
Toni Storm is going to retain because Britt Baker is going to get involved because
setting up the feud with her.
Setting up the feud with them two, and I don't know who's going to be in that championship match with Toni.
Right, for that one then, are you having Toni Storm?
Yeah, I'll have Toni Storm. Toni Storm will retain because Britt's getting involved.
I'll go with that was match number 8, so you've got Storm. I actually did pick Storm for that. I genuinely thought she was going to retain.
No, I think, like, without that thing I've just said, I 100% think that Thingy was going to win. Here.
Yeah, I think that, I think I did say this actually. I might have done, or James might have done. I don't know, but the idea, yeah, I think it was me actually, because the idea what went through my head is that Britt Baker loses to Saraya, gets upset with Hayter because she's got this title shot, gets involved in the match, maybe not on purpose, maybe on purpose, costs Hayter that match.
It would have been twice that Britt stopped Hayter from winning it, and it will set up that feud.
There's a storyline there, so I can genuinely see him doing it. I think it's a perfect opportunity to do it. Plus, Toni Storm might have a surprise visitor, and I'm going to call it now. It literally just came into my head, but Thunder Rosa turns up at Full Gear. We might talk about Sasha Banks, but Thunder Rosa, she is the champ. Toni Storm is the interim champ. What better way to finish off that with Thunder Rosa stepping into the ring, face off with Toni Storm, sets up for their match next year, which will be the next pay-per-view. Perfect time for Thunder Rosa to get back into the ring, wrestling again properly. Don't know where she is with the back injury at the moment.
I like this idea. You can go from there as well. Once the Britt Hayter feud is over, the winner of that feud, hopefully Hayter, will face the winner of that match.
Thunder Rosa. Yeah, there is a history of backstage between Hayter and Rosa.
Yeah, but I can see that. But there's also Toni and Hayter live together.
Yeah.
So that could be a good match. Jamie Hayter wins, no way TK. It depends. Is that stupid considering how insanely popular Jamie is? I can see your point, but as we've already spoke, it kind of makes more sense to go that way. But I get what you're saying. I do understand. Hi, Just Dave and Nick in real life. Hi, Retro D-Man. Hi, Retro D-Man. Right, next match. Literally getting through it today. Come on.
Yeah, quick. So we've got through 2 female matches. The next match that I had written down was, let's do the next female match is Jade Cargill versus...
No, right, you are right, by the way. The Eliminator match is on the card. But it's like Ethan Page versus either Brian Cage, Ricky Starks, or Lance Archer.
Yeah, we'll get to that. That's match 9 on my list. So we've got Jade Cargill versus Nyla Rose next. I've gone for Jade Cargill to retain.
I want Nyla Rose, but I know she's not going to. So I'll go with her anyway, but I know she's not going to win. There ain't no chance.
I can't see it.
Yeah, Jade retains. Gets her belt back.
Yeah, I can't. Just not on the Nyla Rose train at the moment, and I don't think AEW are. In fairness, the Jade Cargill is there. She's their pin-up. Why she's got the fucking
retro. Don't CBS. Get me started because you know you can't handle my banter against Man City. So don't start, mate, because I will fucking torture you in your club, you fake ass City supporter. Right, sorry, Dave.
It's alright, don't worry about it. Flipping Retro D-Man, when he can't really talk when he's got the empty ad.
The empty ad. He became a fan in 2008 when City got money, aka meaning he's a fake ass City supporter. What titles have you won without clubs? That wasn't in the 70s. None. Okay. At least AEW had one night of not filling a full crowd, right? One night.
I think the only thing about that is how they covered it up. I don't like how they covered it up.
Well, WWE do the same.
Yeah, but then you knew. You could see tarpaulin, and they always put it on their hard cam side and this, that, other. This was kind of like, no, we'll not go to that section. They covered it in darkness to open that people wouldn't notice, but then somebody on their phone took footage of it, and you could clearly see the blue seats, and there were a lot of empty blue seats to the right-hand side.
Like you said, we don't know when it was taken. I'm not defending them, but it could have been...
Yeah, I actually did look at the footage, and I couldn't quite picture whether it was something that happened after the show had ended, so people had left. Because if you watch the actual footage, it looked full. It did look full.
Yeah, it did.
And then when you looked at that footage, it's like, huh? What? So I actually took down the post. I thought, hang on, I don't want somebody calling me out. Oh, that actually happened at the end of it, when it stopped rolling, which then it gets your argument.
Yeah. I would know you already don't need much fuel to hate AEW, Dave.
I just thought, I'll take it off. I'll not leave it, because if it's after the show had ended, then they will have empty seats. So, yeah, I just decided that, best not to work.
Since you're giving it a chance, Retro, I will take back my City comments. I apologise. Right, next match before we continue on.
Right, I've got the Jericho, Danielson, Claudio, and Sammy Guevara.
Right, so how
I think we're going to be on totally different wavelengths here, I feel. I'm going for Danielson.
Okay.
Reason being, Sammy Guevara could be the one, but how many times have they just slapped fucking titles on him? And I can't see him being ROH.
No.
If you'd have had Garcia in this, I'd have totally picked him.
Okay.
It made sense. Claudio, already been ROH champion. Why take it off him to just give him it back again further down the line? Don't understand it. Keeping it on Jericho, stupid. I don't like it.
Okay.
Next biggest person than Jericho, Danielson.
Okay. Right, well, I definitely think differently. I think Jericho's retaining, and Daniel Garcia is the one to take it off him. He is going to do what Danielson did when he was at ROH, hold both the pure title and the thingy title, the ROH championship. That's what I think is going to happen. God knows when that story is going to actually end, but I think that's what's going to happen. Dylan has said Danielson. Jesse said Jericho. Heather hasn't said anything. Retro D-Man doesn't know what we're talking about. Jericho doesn't deserve...
He's in an empty chair.
Yeah.
Crowd member 5. He's gone for crowd member 5. Get in. Retro
There's
D-Man.
no one sat in that chair, Retro. God damn it. You're supposed to be someone sat in the chair.
Gone for Tony Khan. Tony Khan.
Jericho retains, but not happy about it. That's Heather.
I'm just going to go for Danielson. I don't know why. I could probably fall down with it, but I'm like everybody else. I'm not really a Jericho fan right now. I'm not in on it. I know that they're going to get to this Garcia storyline. I'm just not buying him.
I get it.
I'm not into him. I can't. I'm done with Jericho. He's past it for me. It's no interest in him wrestling whatsoever now. He's there for that music. He's there for that song. That's it. You take his entrance, gets into the ring. I can switch off.
It was a good match last night. It was a good match.
I've just seen best of him. You know what I mean? I've seen him in New Japan. At Wrestle Kingdom. I've seen him wrestling wrestling WWE top matches against Chris Benoit and stuff like that. I've seen him at his best. this is not him at his best.
No, I agree.
Danielson can still fucking go. He's far from over. We know what Claudio can do. Sammy Guevara, everybody pretty much fucking hates him.
It's his own fault, though.
Yeah, but you know what I mean? But he's got a talented future if he can fucking sort his attitude out. He is a talent. He's got a future. He's one of these, Jungle Boy, MJF, Darby Allin. He joins Ricky Starks. He joins that elite selection. Yeah. You know, you would be the poster boys in 10 years' time. These are the guys what will be carrying this company forward.
So Heather said, I have been a Jericho Mike for 25 years. Even now I'm sick of him. And I saw Fozzy in concert. Retro D-Man said, I see Jericho returning, actually. Are you sure it's not audience member 25? If the seat's full.
Audience 25 wearing a Jericho shirt. That's what it
is. Next match.
Right. Page versus whoever wins on Rampage, part 1, part 2, part 5.
You are very good at being still. I've been practicing musical statues for years, mate. You can never beat me.
It's just a good ventriloquist.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
He can talk without moving his mouth.
It depends who gets in the final, right? So I'll go Ricky Starks.
Ricky Starks is a good shout, but I've gone for Heath and Page. Why? Because I think he's due it.
Well, I've got an idea for that.
He's been on that show pretty much a year now. We've not really he's had things with Scorpio Sky. I think Scorpio Sky either injured or just not part of his.
He's injured.
I feel he's going to come back and he's not going to be part of that clique.
No, he's not. Dan Lambert was speaking on Chris Van Vliet's podcast, and he got asked, "Are you still with AEW?" He said no. He said the storyline ran its course. Scorpio Sky's out, and Ethan's doing the thing with the firm. So Tony said, "I'm welcome back anytime I want if there's a good story for me, and I'll happily take it." But which is understandable, right? So. Do the tag match, and then I'm gonna say my thingy. I say Starks wins this match, so Starks versus Page.
It was tag team second to last.
And I am Ethan Page stan. This is Heather. Dave knows, but Stark wins. Stark's charisma is through the moon. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, if that's the way they're going, yeah, I know how much Heather's an Ethan Page stan. Where she couldn't even talk to him when she had the opportunity to talk to him on the situation that we're doing now. She
do not speak
the
to
lines.
Him.
You what?
Did she not speak? Did she speak to him ever? All ego Ethan Page for the W, Ethan versus MJF for the World Championship. I have something different for that. So
we'll get to that after we've talked about the tag match. Acclaimed versus Swerve of your glory, or is it?
In our glory.
It's Swerve in our glory. I just put Swerve down. Acclaimed.
If it was the Gun Club, I would have gone them because Billy Gunn can turn on the Acclaimed for his sons. But I'll have to go Swerve in our glory, even though I think the Acclaimed's going to win. You've set me up for fail here, Dave. You've set me up for fail. You've picked all the good ones, all the ones that are going to win. Dave knows and I blew it. I left an open window and I was trying to loud.
Even though I don't watch AEW, I can just go, right, let's have a look at this card. Right, that person's winning, that person's winning. I don't want it to be predictable. I do want swerves. I do want them to pick other wrestlers.
Yeah.
I'm quite happy if they went for Britt Baker over Saraya. I'd be quite happy if Death Triangle retained over the Elite. You know what I mean? I want them to do the silliness.
Yeah.
Let's push that person to the moon. I'd have loved it. Kenny Omega versus Jungle Boy. It was a title match. I'd have loved it if they'd have gone, right, we're going to throw the fucking script out of the window. We're going to do something fucking huge.
One of the bad things about Toni is he doesn't change things halfway through a match. So the first ever Acclaimed versus So Now Glory match on the pay-per-view, the Acclaimed was so over. He should have done it audible and pretty much said, get the Acclaimed to win. And the same with the Dark Order, because the Dark Order were over as fuck.
Yeah,
obviously, I'm going to say that as like a mark, like people are going to think that, but the crowd were chanting for the Dark Order and the Acclaimed at that point.
I think that's the thing what AEW misses.
Yeah.
They're good at the returns. I ain't got a problem with that. They're good at bringing new people in, which is fine, great. WWE do the same, but they don't do enough shocks.
Yeah,
it's not enough shocks. I don't walk away from one of their pay-per-views feeling fucking hell, I didn't see that coming. And that's what bugs me. It bugs me about the main event.
Retro, we're not stalkers. We're not following the Dark Order. Come on. It's join the Dark Order. Come on, get it right. Get it
right. It's like when we talk about the main event. I think we both agree MJF's winning.
No.
Are you going Moxley?
I'm going Moxley, and here's why. So
right, we've got into that. We've got into that really good, actually. I liked how we've got that.
If you haven't liked, please hit the like button. So this is what I personally think, right? So Jon Moxley will retain due to interference of the firm. Ethan Page will win the title eliminator and beat Jon Moxley, making him champion and a heel. MJF, wanting to get his revenge back on the firm, beats down all the elite, beats down all the firm, beats Ethan Page for the championship and becomes a champion.
Right. I'm gonna take what you just said and I'm gonna raise it. I'm gonna raise it because you give me a perfect idea. We have been sold for so long that the firm has got nothing to do with MJF. Even though they helped him get the brass ring in the first place, right? They handed him, it's the coin thing, the chip. Let's get it right, the chip. To give him this opportunity, right? They're beating him up after beating Moxley up, continuously doing that. MJF is a fucking heel. He's not a face. He'll never be a face. He'll tease it, trick everybody. Oh, look at my face now. Look at me. Bollocks. He's gone into that match and he cut this promo last night, pretty much saying, oh, I don't need my ring. I don't need this. I'm going to beat you this way. I'm going to do that. Of course he is, because they're going to have the fucking firm do it for him. They're going to be at ringside. You're going to think they're going to attack Moxley, because we've been led to believe that for the last couple of weeks. They will attack Moxley, of course, but it will be under the control of fucking MJF. He won't get attacked. He won't even get touched. You feel that it's an even field between them going into that match on Saturday night, and it's not. That's how I think MJF gets the title, and he sticks with the firm.
Or, as Heather's just rightly pointed out, well, she just said predictions on whether or not Regal will turn on Mox, because that could happen as well. Regal could turn on Moxley.
Regal feeling guilty for letting MJF down could be a possibility. Could be a possibility. I just think they all firm things not as it seems. Because MJF's just that kind of character. What would be? Well, yeah, they beat me up, but under my supervision, I told them to do that to make it look like it's an even field going into a match between us, but it's clearly not.
I mean, you're making great points, but I do like my idea better.
Of course you do. Of course you do.
It's my idea. No, it'd just be more. It'd be more of a shock because you say AEW don't do enough shocks. If that happened, would that not shock you?
What your way round?
Yeah.
I don't know. I love the idea of Ethan Page becoming champion one day. Don't get me wrong. I think it's way too soon for him as a character, as a person on that roster. He's not the talking point of AEW right now, whereas MJF is.
But he could be the talking point.
He needs a lot more booking. He needs to have a hell of a lot more booking on his side before you start sticking him into a storyline like that. It seems a little bit out of the blue. Yes, it would be a shock, but it's got to be, as much as a shock, it's got to be a believable shock. It just feels like, oh, all right, we've got Ethan Page here. Boom. Why Ethan Page over somebody else?
I don't know, but
yeah, that's
that
a question, but people will ask. So why is Ethan Page all of a sudden in that position?
Because when you won a tournament
on that roster, what would fit that role and still be as shocking, and probably deserve it a little bit more. I don't know. I mean, it's a good idea. I'm not going to bash the idea.
I get your point, so we can actually sort of agree. Just Nick, would you join a Dark Order? I'm already a Dark Order member. I have an idea. Regal will slide the brass knucks to MGF. Where is it? I've lost it. There it is. I have an idea. Regal will slide the brass knucks to MGF in the match. This will be Regal's final test for MGF. Will he use them or not? Oh, that's a good idea. All I want for Christmas is my sister to get better. For everybody who to love each other. I hope your sister gets better soon. Irish. Nick, would you join Dark Order? Already a Dark Order member. Dark Order member 172 coming at you. Irish Rebel. I hope that comes true, my friend. Yep, so do we. It's too early for Page to win the title. He hasn't done enough. For example, maybe future he will do. If he even ever becomes champion, finger crossed. He needs a couple of mid-card titles first, okay? We saw how lackluster Hangman's reign was, and Hangman's reign was amazing. Yeah, I think that was just the opposition he got, though, wasn't it, with Hangman?
His first reign was never going to be that great. I think if they build a good enough story up for his second reign, then fair enough. There's enough talent on that roster now to certainly give him a better reign. You've got Danielson, what will obviously give him a good match.
We can.
Omega, you've got straight up there. Yeah, I mean, you've just got a wealth of talent there on that show, which I still don't think we've got using them to the potential yet. I think there's more from the AEW roster, what could be proper sold on.
Evil Uno.
Well, of course you're going to say Evil Uno, but what I'm saying is there's talent there on that roster, and we all see it. We all know it. Ricky Stark's definitely fucking one of the brightest stars on that show. Certainly a future champ. Definitely. Ethan Page is great.
Evil Uno's fantastic.
I feel there's room on these pay-per-views for Orange Cassidy, for Danhausen, get them into proper wrestling matches instead of them being the gimmicks. I think there's room for that.
Him losing to CM Prick didn't help. Yeah, CM Prick. That's what we call him now. He doesn't matter. Fuck him.
The trap is that AEW tend to do the obvious.
Mm-hmm.
And they need to get out of that trap of doing that. MJF might be the obvious this time around because of the way they've booked it.
To be fair, like with him, they have to do it. It's like with the Hangman Adam Page situation.
Yeah, they've put themselves in a fucking bind with it, where if they don't do it, the fans will riot. I really get that feeling that the fans will be very upset with them if they don't deliver. And I feel the same with some of these other matches on the card. If they don't deliver that result, it'd be like, what the fuck? Why have you built it that way just to get that bait and switch?
I mean, it'll be a shock. Like, it will be a shock. Definitely.
Like I said, for AEW to make a maximum impact is on a show where you wouldn't predict it. Like I said about the Kenny Omega versus Jungle Boy, a title change there would have been fucking huge. And you wouldn't even have had to keep the title on Jungle Boy long. The fact that Jungle Boy had just beaten the fucking belt collector on a fucking episode of Dynamite would have fucking blown up the internet. Would have been a massive selling point for AEW going forward. Oh, look, we're not scared to do this on a fucking free show.
James has said Adam Cole will return. What match does he return in, James? Or he thinks Adam Cole will return. Get it right, Nick.
Adam Cole's massive shout because he's been off, so I can see massive returns. Obviously, there was talk in your stream last night about Sasha Banks. Where does she slide in on this show?
It'll have to be like if it's not Thunder Rosa coming down, it'll have to be her like coming down. But like I said, like she'll have to become the champion, and then that's when you start building that women's division.
The reason why I said like Thunder Rosa, you've just got to remember Toni Storm's the interim champion. She's not champion. So any storyline you're doing with Toni Storm right now is insequential because obviously Thunder Rosa comes back. That storyline drops straight away. Boom. She's going to have a match against Toni Storm or whoever the interim champion is at that time, and then it's going to go back to Thunder Rosa. Because what's the fucking point?
Okay, so I'm still going Thunder retaining because you just put an idea in my head. Like, what is the point of putting the belt on Jamie Hayter now?
That's what I mean. That's why I put Toni Storm to retain. I mean, obviously, I've got to go with Hayter now because we're doing opposites, but I actually think Toni Storm retains because what's the point of having an interim title change hands? It makes no sense to me because they're not the champ. You know, proper exchange in a championship. It's just the right to face the champion once she returns. That's all it is. It's just a golden ticket. It's AEW female champion is still Thunder Rosa until either A, her contract's finished and she's had to hand over the title, which she's, as far as I'm aware, she's still got the title. So.
Yes, she hasn't got the title taken off her. Jericho retains, cuts a promo, shitting on the Ring of Fire. Adam Cole comes out.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah, well, that is a good way to do it.
That's a good idea. That's a good idea.
Well done, James. You've had a good idea.
No, I'm down for whatever AEW do, to be honest.
No, you're not. You hate them.
They're ludicrous. As long as Ludacris wins.
Yeah, you just want Ludacris to win.
Ludacris to win. No, like I said, just make it a good show. They do put on good matches. I'm not going to fucking dish them for that. The matches they put on are really, really good. You know that there's going to be a fucking match where it's just jumpy, spot after spot, blah, blah, blah.
That'll be the Young Bucks match.
You know, you're going to
I love the Young Bucks matches, right? But I do know that they do
get
a lot of.
Fest. You're going to get a spot fest in one of the matches. You know, you're going to get that. There's no doubt that Moxley's going to end up with blood all over him by the end of the night.
To be honest, I'm surprised he didn't bleed last night. Instead, he just got his line.
Probably got told to save it. You know, you're going to bleed that weekend, mate. Save it for one show.
Keep your blood in your body, Mox. I have good ideas from time to time. Well done, James. Well done. Credit where credit's due. Who's ready for the Elite this Saturday? Feel like forever. It has been a while. Oh my God, all I need right now, can she just leave me alone? Tell her.
Well, it's like a question for the chat then. Other than the obvious, what would be a massive return or a massive show up? I'm not talking about Sasha Banks. Let's put her to one side. Other than Sasha Banks and other than like Adam Cole, what kind of appearance on this show would make you think, fuck me, this is the best thing ever?
Evil Uno winning the belt.
He's already on the fucking roster. he's not. He don't even make the buy-in show. For fuck's sake.
Maybe because I don't know how long Paige is out for. I'm trying to think like what big star is out there. Like I mean, big star that isn't Sasha, that isn't Adam Cole returning.
Just feel that it just. I mean, obviously, like Jay White wouldn't make any sense because he's already been on AEW. I don't think it's somebody from New Japan. I think you rule that out.
I was thinking that.
He's trying to go through.
Nick Aldis.
Nick Aldis is a fantastic shout if they don't.
That was Dark Knight. That was not Dark Knight. Sorry, that was Retro D-Man.
Nick Aldis is a fantastic shout. I wouldn't put it past. I wouldn't put it past them signing him. I do think he's impact bound, just because of his relationship over there with that company.
I saw something right on Facebook. I don't know how true this is, but World of Sport, him and Mickey James.
I retweeted it on Twitter.
Well, it might be from actually you then.
They've got
hey, Edward's here, quick, hide!
Edward.
Hi, Edward. Edward, quickly get all your... Actually, wait until we finished and put all your predictions in the comments, please, and thank you.
Yeah, this is for the Wrestling League. All predictions. got Snapchat, and people keep wanting to be friends with me, and then I can't be asked.
Can I be your friend?
I don't even use Snapchat. I've only got it because my daughter wanted me to get it. Oh, Ghana won 2-0 against Switzerland. Canada beat Japan 2-1.
Yeah.
Spain beat Jordan 3-1. Morocco beat Georgia 3-0. 4-0 to Portugal over Nigeria.
I think it's Georgia.
Norway.
They've got some good players coming up, you know. Like Georgia. I think it's Jordan.
Jordan. Yeah, I remember Jordan. She gets her tits out a lot on page 3.
Right, give me a minute. I'm going to figure it out. You just distract the chat a minute. Look, over there, chat.
How long does Titus stays away from it? As long as Titus stays away. Titus will never sign for AEW. Titus will never sign for any mainstream company.
It is Georgia. Georgia have like a great team coming through, you know. Like a great team. They have that, I think it's a winger, a forward from Napoli. They have a goalkeeper who is fantastic on Football Manager. He plays for Real Madrid. Might be on loan now, though. And they're the only two I like actually know. The rest are just like
that. Nick, can I DM you my predictions? You need to send them on. You send them on here.
Send them on when we end, because we'll be ending soon. Put them in
over your
the
predictions for Full Gear. Put in the comment section of this stream, please. Don't put it on my channel. Put it in this one. Then I know where it all is. Use the comment section of this stream, please. Then I can find it easily. Don't be sending it to me all over the place because it'll do me head in.
If you send it to me, I'll forget you sent me him.
Yeah, don't send it to Nick because he'll lose it, and then I'll never get him.
Yeah. I'm just here like to do all the hard. Well, so I'm here as like the producer type of guy. Dave
Nick
does
sets
all the
up
hard
the
work.
stream. I do the thumbnails. Turn up. That's it.
And talk.
Yeah, I turn up. Nick actually sets the streams up. I come and talk.
Yeah.
I do the thumbnails though. I do a bit of work.
Yeah, I do the layouts as well.
You do the layouts.
Yeah. So tomorrow, this is to chat after I finish dying. Viva Atlanta United. It's a good job you can't see me dying.
He's actually just coughed up blood. He's like all over the place.
Yeah. So tomorrow we're doing Full Gear. Not tomorrow, sorry. Saturday. It's Full Gear. And it's also Misfits 3, which we'll be doing alongside. That's better. Doing alongside Full Gear because it starts at the same time.
You've got the thumbnail for Full Gear, haven't you?
Yeah, I don't need to. You don't need to add anything to that, like.
Yeah, I couldn't anyway. I think it's a bit clustered as it is.
Yeah.
To be honest with the image on it. Did struggle with trying to work out where to put stuff on that. I was like, what do I do? I think the thumbnail for this one was better.
Yeah, honestly, it was. It was so simple, and people knew what we were doing.
Yeah, it just the other one just looks a bit clunky and a bit all over the place. To be fair, adding anything else to that would just fuck it up even more. But I think it gets the job done.
Yeah, it does.
So I think run through predictions again so the people know. First match, I've got Wardlow, Joe, Hobbs. I've got Wardlow retaining.
I think I've got Hobbs. Winning. Yeah, I've got Hobbs.
Death Triangle versus the Elite. I picked the Elite. You went for Death Triangle. Ludacris versus Jungle Boy. You've gone Jungle Boy. I've gone Ludacris. Luchasaurus for anybody wants to know. It ain't Ludacris the flipping rapper. Imagine. Then it's Jeff Jarrett, Lethal versus Sting Allin. I've gone for Sting Allin. Baker versus Saraya. Gone for Saraya. Nick's got Baker. Got Cargill versus Rose. Picked Cargill to retain. Jericho, Danielson, Claudio, Sammy Guevara. I've gone Danielson. You've gone Jericho.
Yep, Jericho retain.
Toni Storm versus Jamie Hayter. You've gone Toni Storm. I've gone Hayter. because I hate AEW and it fits the name.
But once you've finished doing all that, I want to quickly say something I've found on the internet about the NWA title change.
All right, okay. Ethan Page, we both pretty much picked Ethan. Or did you put? No, you went for Ricky Starks, didn't you?
Yeah.
I went Ethan. Acclaimed versus Swerve. I picked Acclaimed. You've gone for Swerve. Then Moxley, MJF. I picked MJF. You went Moxley. Right, go on.
So
the floor is yours.
This is just on Facebook. Something I found. For those wondering, like 99% fans with a brain, why would the NWA put the belt on Tyrus? Here's why. He's on the weekly show on Fox News. The NWA wants him on the show with the title for exposure, which is quite smart, in my opinion. No, now, my question is this. Will it work? This is just, I don't know who this is. This is just some random wrestling thing that's popped up. Will it work?
Okay.
Yes, most of Fox News viewers are older people, and yes, the NWA is one for the older wrestling companies in the one of the oldest wrestlers companies in the company. So, will older fans watch Tyrus on the show and think, "Oh, I think I should watch NWA"? I highly doubt it, but let's see. So that's what that says. What does everyone else think about that?
Well, I'll answer directly. I think it's good. Obviously, if he's on Fox regular, he's doing commentary. In having the belt on somebody what's on another TV show is obviously great exposure. But when you look at Titus, who wants to see him fucking wrestle? Who gives a fuck about him?
Me, I like
As
my big
a
boys.
wrestler, I don't think he's fantastic. I think he's past it. He doesn't look that great in the ring anymore. I don't think he was ever a great wrestler in the first place. I never felt like he was a must-see wrestler. He's a B-grade wrestler to me. I always felt like he was a comedic act when he was in WWE, and I don't think he's ever really pushed past that. I don't buy him as a champion, if I'm being honest. It doesn't fit the championship. Yes, NWA does cater for an older audience. I do get that, but there's a level. I thought it was a stretch putting the title on Trevor Murdoch. So I never really thought he was like, oh, look at him, he's the great champion figure. I never really felt that with him, but I knew why they did that with him. He did deserve his time with the gold. Just don't feel Titus does. I don't know. He's not somebody what I could get behind. I don't look at him and think, oh, that's a company I need to watch because he's the figurehead. I'd run away from it, to be honest. If I was seeing that for the first time, I'd run away. He wouldn't entice me into watching NWA, is what I'm trying to say.
I understand.
He's not the figurehead. He's not a person where you stick the title on and go, right.
No.
Now, if they had Ricky Starks, they'd have had him, and pandemic hadn't have happened, and AEW wouldn't have swooped him out.
Tyrus sucks. Someone better call his mama.
The guy. There's a few on that roster right now. Aaron Stevens, fucking love him. Absolutely.
Is he still on that roster?
Yeah. Don't wrestle. He claims not to wrestle. There's a lot of older talent on there, or clearly older talent. But I think there's some good starting to filter through. Ricky Morton's son wrestles on there. He's cool. There's Colby Carino.
I was thinking that Retro Demon. Is it Damien Sandow?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Aaron Stevens is the Damien Sandow. Yeah. There's some good stuff on there. Some trash as well. But you've got Titus as your world champion. I don't know if that attracts a new fan base. I don't think that attracts new eyes to the prize. Yes, they do cater for an older audience, but you've also got to cater for a new audience. Titus ain't doing that. You ain't looking at Titus and thinking, yes, that's a champion I need to get behind. No, you don't. You look at him and you go, what, really? You got flipping Botus Clay as your champion, really? Watching that shit. Do you know what I mean?
Kerry Martin.
People, if you're seeing it for the first time, that's what Kerry Martin, yeah. Bright future, very bright future. But that's the thing with AEW. There's too many older guys still hanging around. They need to really nurture the young guys.
It's a good thing and a bad thing, that, in my opinion. because not having them on TV, or I wouldn't have them on TV, but having them in the behind the scenes is fine.
No. Behind the scenes is fine. You've got Ricky Morton, one of the Rock and Roll Express, what works behind the scenes. They had Nick Aldis, what was an executive producer, up until his fallout with Billy Corgan. I just think they're going to end up scoring too many own goals. And as a company that needs to thrive and move away and get a new audience base, which they started to do with YouTube before the pandemic, they were really thriving. It kind of sucks that they're kind of not doing that now. We've kind of took that step back a little bit too much. I don't know. I don't think there's a buzz around NWA as much as there was before the pandemic. And that sucks. That really sucks for them. And they need to get back to that, because without it, they will struggle. Tom Latimer is great. I do agree with that, James. I do. Like I say, I watch NWA quite a lot. Matt Cardona does fantastic when he goes on that show. So does Chelsea Green. There's a lot of good people on there. Tyra Valkyrie, she works with them now and again.
She's mainly on Impact now, isn't she?
Yeah, she switches.
Dave wins, of course. I put my clothes back on. Dave wins. I put my clothes back on. Full Gear. Hi, Senile Joe.
Senile Joe, what a great name.
That's good name.
That's what Nick's on right now. He's on Full Gear.
Mm-hmm.
You just can't see him. William Ency, Ballyhoo to you. But this is the thing, NWA was just a fantastic company before. It's just sad that they've fallen by the wayside a little bit over the last since coming back from the pandemic. It needs that surge again. It needs that big buzz again. I don't know. I don't know where they're going to get it from. It kind of sucks for them right now. I think they're in a bit of a mire. I can't say the same for MLW because they're getting fucking great. MLW's from the new NWA. It really has.
Yeah, Mark.
Oh, you wait till you see the Bellingham brothers.
Well, I mark out.
Yeah, because they're actually Dynamite Kid's nephews.
But they're not Evil Uno or Stu Grayson, are they?
Well, no, because who would want to be them?
Right, we're ending this now.
All right, leave it on that note.
Thank you everyone for coming. I'll be doing Full Gear on Saturday, so you're more than welcome to come.
He's not doing the pay-per-view. He's just getting high as a fucking kite. That's what he's doing.
We're going Full Gear, not doing Full Gear. I hate to say it, but NWA could be the only company that could use Punk in a positive manner. His name value and what's left of his fan base.
I think CM Punk is done with wrestling, dude.
Wrestling's done with. Never mind, Punk's done with wrestling.
Punk's done with wrestling. Wrestling's done with
Punk.
Yeah, I think it's over. I think that is done now. Forget the Punk hype.
Fuck Punk. Right, so we'll end now because we both want to go. Dave wants to sleep, and I want to play Football Manager.
Yep. Well, I'm going to chill out for half an hour before I go to sleep because I can't sleep straight after a stream. But I'm going to go chill.
Yeah.
Guys, we will love you and leave you.
Yeah.
Basically, put all your predictions in this stream in the comment section for the Fantasy Wrestling League. Get your points. If you don't, then you will fall further behind. It's as simple as that. So
I'm going to win. Just because I said I'm going to win.
Remember, tomorrow there's the football predictions video for the World Cup. We'll give you a spoiler. We're doing 16 matches the first week of the World Cup. And I want 2 goal scorers. And the sweepstake nations that you got picked yesterday are going to get you 2 points if they win. So there's actually...
While William's in the chat, William, do you know what team you got? I'm sure he does.
What did William get? Have I got it written down? I don't think I've got it written down in front of me, but go back to that stream and have a look.
Yeah, go and watch the stream. Right, we'll definitely go now. Thank you guys for coming. You can't see me waving, but goodbye.
I'll wait for Nick.